you're speaking as an expert, and so you want to be as honest as possible. Not Jerry to hear that this breaking down, if you allow me to use that word, to different states doesn't necessarily mean it will work across all the states. So maybe you begin to give the states a bit of a toolkit as to how to prepare for what's coming, so that every Nigerian enjoys basic, I'm going to say that again, basic infrastructure or utility like power. Because if we fix that, just like what the internet did to revolutionize democracy and opportunity in terms of enterprise, I believe that if we fix power, a lot will change in the country, and some of the struggles we have may be reduced.
Good point. And I must state it here that the Nigerian Governors Forum and institutions such as the UK NIAF are doing a lot. And I'm also aware that the Ministry of Power is working with those institutions to do a lot around hand-holding of states. You know, I'm aware of a toolkit, and I did work on that toolkit with a group to provide steps, guidance, you know, which and I know the Nigerian Governors Forum is pushing that and leading that endeavor with the UK NIAF to have a toolkit to specify processes, steps that need to be taken, what sort of support can be provided for states who want to go ahead, states that have not even started, who do not even know what to do, states that already have their laws and need to know what the next steps are. There is that, and we've never had an issue with brilliant ideas, brilliant people. The problem and the devil is usually in the detail of implementation in Nigeria. So I think that some states should. I think some states who do not have the capacity should still work with the federal government. This is where I say it. We say we've got issues with the grid. We probably have a lot of stranded power, 13,000, 23,000 megawatts, depending on who you speak to and whose statistics or data you look at. Now, if we reduce the number of people on the grid, it means that the grid can cater for fewer people or cater to fewer people, and then the challenges could reduce. You understand? So that if states who have the capacity take over the electricity markets in their own territories, then those who are left can then be assisted by the federal government. That's what federalism is, right? States who have the capacity do it, and those who do not still rely on the federal government or work with the federal government. So I think it will play a role, like you stated, and I'm being completely honest. When I say not every state, I doubt that every state would succeed. I'm not a prophet, but from what I see working in the sector, I do not think every state will necessarily succeed, but I think a number of them will. There's always that learning curve, right? So I expect that it will play a role. It's just that we then need to think through that process. Some states are naturally viable. Lagos, maybe River State, you know, some of the oil-producing states, maybe Ekiti, maybe Ondo, to a limited extent, you know. You'd have investors come to invest. As long as you can attract investors, they are sure they can recover their costs, they can do bankable projects, they can make a margin. You would find people coming, and it would play a role for those states. The question then is about states who do not then take over. I think the federal government can then support them, and they can still be connected to the grid, and NERC will still regulate those states. That's my own view.